Hey, what is happening, everybody? Oh, let me pull up the screen here. Why am I not showing that? What is up, GM, everybody? Hope you're feeling all right. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day. Here we go. I forgot what day of the week it was, so I had to look up at my calendar. Here we go. Halfway to the weekend, baby. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody needs a second chance. So that's what we're doing today is celebrating a hump day. Let me get this. There we go. If you guys are watching over on the stream, thank you so much. Now we got the space pulled up. Go ahead and while we're thinking about it, just tap the heart, smash the like, do what you got to do, repost the video, get some more friends in here. If you are in the space, thank you so much. If you want to chat today, come on up. We are going to be talking insane crypto price predictions. We can look at what we'll do is I'll just go down like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, and we'll talk about like what we think about some insane price predictions for coins. And then if you've got something that you want to talk about, don't forget to either drop it in the chat or come on up to the stage in the space and speak with us. We don't bite very hard. All right. What's up, Mr. Dude?
This morning, I want to hear your thoughts. I know how much you love this coin, so can't wait till we get to it.
So the right at the end when you said love this coin is where I started hearing you.
Oh, I said I can't wait for that price prediction that I texted you about this morning. I know how much you love the coin.
Yeah. In case you guys are wondering, it's Cardano. That's what he's talking about. It's not that
Cardano to 45 cents.
Where is it at right now? 46. Oh, I'm kidding. Cardano will do fine. Cardano will do fine. I hope for my, so I can just like rub it in people's faces that it drops out of the top 20. But Cardano in the long run will be fine. It's being built for the long term, for sustained longevity, right? So that's why there's no rush to it. The scientists and engineers, they don't rush things to market. They do it once. Those guys, all of us, we like to cut twice, measure once. Every single man in the world, right? Every single person, unless you're an engineer or a brainiac, then you measure twice and cut once. So that's what Cardano is. Cardano is like in real life measuring twice, cutting once. And every other project, man, we're just, fuck, we screwed that one up. Yeah, a little crooked. I don't care.
No one will notice. Accidentally sold all the tokens. Oops.
Yeah, some people, the Jeets or like the rug pullers, they're biting through that thing, man. There's jagged edges everywhere. That's not a clean edge in sight. That was silly.
But I am excited to hear some of your price predictions. We're gonna go like are we going like the top of the scale price predictions, or are we trying to be realistic?
That's up to what you guys want to do. I think everybody's entitled to give their opinion on what they think. I'm going to go straight moon boy today. So I will give like max peak on steroids prices. What do you guys think about that? Just juiced up, juiced picks.
Well, I do like it because, I was reading a post from like one of my buddies, Jared, today, was just mentioning like how crazy things are starting to go right now. And this could be potentially like if Trump wins, which is what the prediction is, right? He actually has a vice president that's holding Bitcoin. So this could be one of those insane moon boy things where we have no idea what's even coming. So I like it.
That's very true. And I'm all about that. All about that. What's up, Doug?
GM. Yeah, do you know what? I just wanted to say the way you just described Cardano was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. I mean, I feel, and that's true. I believe that, right? Like, I think Cardano is going to do fantastic in the long term, right? I think Project 2028, right? I'm not trying to joke about the 2025 thing, but Project 2028, that's where I think Cardano will really, really come to, I don't want to say fruition. That's not the right word that I'm looking for. But I think it come to market a little bit stronger than where they are right now, right? And that's okay. There's no rush to it. So if you don't mind hanging on to something that's not going to perform with the top performers in the market, then that's fine. Like that's not a bad diversification strategy either, right? Like, you've probably got some coins, and that's like even like your Bitcoin. Like if you've got like your long-term cold storage holdings that you're not going to touch for say 5 years, Yeah, put the Cardano in there with it. But if you're trying to like flip coins to make money to turn into generational wealth, that's where I think the problem lies. Is that people are just they're too in love with the idea that it's going to rip, and it may rip, but
sure.
not rip like a lot of other projects will in this bull run.
No, I agree. I mean, one I'd just like to throw out there today is one of our fellow residents over on the YouTubes, Mr. Brian. He's made a good call, man. He's made a good call. Can we check out today, Doug the Duck?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what, because he sent a message too in the chat. Shout out to him in the chat this morning. I'm gonna just pull this up and we'll click it this way if you are watching. Let's see here. Brian the Bootyhead, the one you forgot to check out live last night. Yes. So I was struggling during the live show to remember what was that coin that was mentioned to me for us to look. And so we didn't look at it. And it is Doug the Duck. And Doug the Duck has ripped, right?
No affiliation to me, by the way. Just saying. And you guys didn't tell me. I invested in Hector the Goose and I got rugged. Gosh darn it, guys.
Well, you got to pick your what are those? What would you call them? Like they're not reptiles. They're not. What is classification of a bird? What do you call them?
Avian.
Avian. You got to get your avian coins right. That sounds weird.
Yeah. Well, I know. You just don't want to get the avian flu. I think that's what we don't want to.
Well, that's what happens, man. When you if you become like an avian coin maxi, you become immune to the avian flu because you have so much exposure. So maybe it's a good thing.
So have we kind of gone from dogs and cats to birds and goose now?
Well, I mean, the booby coin coming up soon. So I think that it's probably, maybe we timed that up right.
Damn, that's perfect, Jay. What? Everything's shifting to birds right in time?
Right in time. Yeah, right in time. So we're going to launch that around probably the week before Toronto. So early August. So we got like a month-ish, right?
Hell yeah.
So get ready.
I think we have a month. What is it? The 22nd and 23rd or something of August?
13th through the 14th is.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I was way off.
Yeah, we got a
couple.
Slappy, I might actually be able to fly by then.
Oh, damn.
Whoa.
You going to land it yourself, though, too, or just fly?
Don't know. We'll see.
That was pretty good. Hey, so is there a so we'll put it at 51% chance of seeing Doug in Toronto then.
We're going to have to check the charts on that almost like every couple of days. Maybe we check in on Friday, see if the percentage has gone up or down.
I like that. Yeah, we'll do, you know what we should do? Let's submit it to, was it what's the name of that site?
Yeah, Polymarket, right?
Polymarket. Yeah, like, will Doug make it to the Web3 Breakfast meetup in Toronto? And we'll do like, not only will it be like a yes or a no, we'll have over-unders. We'll have, what else can we do?
I'm sure the last minute tickets are going to like absolutely cripple me though. Maybe I should just book in advance just in case.
Yeah, you should just get that insurance.
No, that's horseshit. Flight insurance is such a scam. My God. I did that one time in my life thinking it was the right move because it was like one of those questionable things. I'm like, oh, I've never done the flight insurance. Maybe I'll do that. So I got the flight insurance, did nothing for me. Nothing at all. They still charge you like at this point, it was pre-COVID. So it was still like a $300 flight change fee. I was like, I will never, that was a scam. I will never buy the flight insurance ever again.
And there's also all the stipulations why you canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was like, it was either like someone was sick, I was sick, or I don't know, whatever it was, it was the most annoying thing in the world. And I know deep down in my bones of my body that I will never buy flight insurance ever again in my life because that is a scam. Most insurance is a scam.
Oh wait, you nearly died? No, that's not covered. No.
Did you die?
Yeah. Covered you.
Yeah, you can't collect your life insurance because you're dead, you know.
Like, yeah, sorry, we're gonna need the person on the policy.
Yeah, can we have them call, please, you know, and verify their details?
We're happy to send the funds. We just need to verify with them.
We can't verify that that's their body. We're gonna need to see. That's
my thing.
We need to talk to them.
That's my thing.
Ouija board.
the only reason why you are pretty much mandated to wear your seatbelt on the plane is so they can identify your body if you crash, right? Like that's
I guess because you're not like I mean, no one survives, right? Like it's not like a seatbelt saved me. It's like no.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a little more
on the very slight rare occasions on what kind of crash it is.
That's very true.
Hey, MKid, can I ask, are you going to be coming up soon?
Okay, he rugged on me, or I rugged on you.
No, he rugged.
I heard
right at the meat of the question. Totally rugged.
Yeah, I'm now scared to answer the question. Maybe.
Oh, geez. How about now, guys?
Yeah, you're
Go
good.
for it.
Wait, Wi-Fi in the UK is great. MKid, are we going to be meeting up with you at any of these conferences coming up?
I'm incognito right now, so you would never know if I went. As I say, I'm partially doxxed, voice doxxed.
That's all right. That's all right.
The good thing is that you'll know it's him because he cannot not talk. So you'll definitely.
Yeah, I mean, the second I would talk, and there's the fucker over there. Get him.
Yeah, but it's the Web3 Breakfast Club here. Come on, we we're all right.
We would.
It's not so much you guys I'm worried about. It's the other crazies out there that are like, hey, I invested $6 in your token and it's up to $7. I thought I was a millionaire by now. Or the person is, I spent $1,000 and now it's at $650. Where's my refund? You know,
refund.
Or they'll be like, you gave me free Gotti tokens and you didn't stop me from selling them.
Oh, I know that people love to do that. You get the free tokens. It's like, Big Macs, here we come, baby. We're eating at Wendy's today.
And it's like that. There was an article that on the afternoon show that I read. It was last week, maybe, about some class action lawsuit that was started by some guy who I forget the whole story now. It was so stupid. It's because some guy, and his name happened to be Justin, by the way, which he puts all of us Justins to shame. But he bought an NFT and the price went down, and so he started a class action lawsuit. Like, go fuck yourself, dude. That's ridiculous. Like, anyway.
Yeah, I think maybe one day, dox myself, publicly, but I got to make sure the orange man is in office where I'm not going to be up like with CZ Binance, because as a U.S. citizen with cryptocurrency, I mean, of course, everything's renounced and, I don't have control. And, basically the only thing I'm doing is just giving freaking tokens away and burning them. So, it's but yeah, it's weird. I mean, I had one friend that's in a legal department of a major financial. I said, "Is this legal?" He said, "No." I said, "Is it illegal?" He said, "No." So there we go. That's a crypto space. That's a crypto space in the United States in DeFi. Is it legal? No. Is it illegal? No. Okay. And that's why and that's why Coinbase is suing the SEC, like saying, "Hey, are we doing illegal shit here, or is this legal?" And the SEC is like, "Nah, we're not going to tell you."
The guidelines are very clear. Everybody, the guidelines are clear.
You kind of probably read our business, or you knew a little bit about our business when you approved us to go public as a company, right? Like, I'm not really sure, where the change happened.
Yeah, and it's crazy is like you have say Solana. On Coinbase, that's considered the SEC views that as a security. The second you transfer it to a DeFi wallet, it's no longer a security. So go figure them apples.
That's interesting.
It's because Coinbase didn't say no takebacks.
Right. It's a chain of custody, and the reason why they can classify as security is because they know exactly how much you have in your wallet. They know the KYC, and they have the full records and the social security numbers. So they can report to IRS, and they also have a ledger system that gives when you bought it, when you sold it, and the taxes that are available on it. With DeFi, you do not have those options. They don't know the social security number. There's no KYC, so they can't classify it as a security. So even though they said cryptocurrency isn't a security, Coinbase has tokens on there that are classified as security. They're getting sued because some of those tokens are like meme coins, and they don't know who, what's what. So now they're saying that that's not a security. This is a security. I mean, guys, it's so why we need the orange man to put some things to rest.
How do you feel about a absolutely completely and I mean, whether you like it or not, he's going to win because of I think a lot of things. Most recent weekend events has probably sealed the deal, but So a pro crypto ticket, right? Between him, who he's
that's horrible.
fine.
We're in the crypto space, and we have somebody that's going to be pro crypto. My God.
And the vice president too. I mean, he's a Bitcoin holder, right?
Oh, it's horrible. And he holds Bitcoin, and he believes in blockchain tech. Oh my God, we're screwed.
Yeah, and he doesn't like Gary's opinions of crypto at the SEC. What's his
name?
I
give you guys a positive
Arsenio
news?
Hall?
I've never felt more bullish. I mean, the reality of it is, and again, you don't have to vote for, again, right? Political choice. I mean, people can vote whoever they want, but it's a win for everybody, and it's a win worldwide if the United States becomes more pro crypto, right? Because so the U.S. goes, so do other countries, and we need classification here. I mean, we need to have some checks and balances in the space. Say, hey, what can we do? What can't we do? What's legal? What's not legal? And again, ultimately, allowing DeFi to flourish.
Mm-hmm.
And then all you have to do is just control the on-ramp or an off-ramp, right? You can allow DeFi to do all the stuff, and then the second you go to cash out, right, there's this being reported so no one can cheat the system. It doesn't have to be complicated.
No, literally, and that's all that it should be. Like, you shouldn't have to matter what I do inside the ecosystem. When I cash out is when you should pay attention. So money in, money out. That's the only thing you need to worry about. And
it should, in my opinion, this capital gain, short term, long term, that creates a nightmare scenario. It just needs to be just do a flat tax on crypto, 5%, 10%, call it like a sales tax. That's it. And so people want to do long term, short term. It doesn't. It's just because it's too difficult in the DeFi space. Any other type of investment with the security, the second you bought, the price you bought, when you bought it, how much, everything is ledgered up. You have statements. I mean, just like, what it is. Yeah. DeFi, you do not have that. So how do you stop the cheating? You just do a flat tax, 5%, 10%, whatever the case may be in DeFi. And you just pay that. And, ultimately the ideal scenario would be whatever exchanges are offboarding, they automatically collect that out. So no one can, it's just collected by the exchange.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. And then they give you, at the end of the year, almost just like a paper letter saying, here's how much was taxed off of you.
Right. No one can cheat the system. Mm-hmm. No one can screw it around the taxes. And then who wants to do all that work on your fucking taxes? No. Just let Coinbase take out the 10%, send it to the government. You get your 90%. Call it the end of the day. I don't know. I'm the kind of guy, I like simplification, guys.
I got a question about that, because I was on a space the other day, and there's a guy vehemently expressing his distaste for regulation, saying that basically when that happens, the opportunities to make money that you have now are not going to be the same as the opportunities you'll have after regulation. How much do you think that's going to affect? I mean, where is the line of regulation that you say is good, and then what's not
it's not really regulation. You got to think about it in the terms of market cap, right? If Bitcoin goes to $10 trillion, right, and it goes up and we go 5-10x, right, the amount of chances of making money off of that get very slim, right, because it gets so bloated. So in terms of regulation, I don't think we could have more than a worst case scenario than what we're in right now. I mean, realistically, you think of how many exchanges in the United States we can't even use. I mean, especially us U.S. people. I think we're pretty much screwed on most things.
Again, that brings up a really good point of what you said is, maybe, as we get to the CBD, and we'll see how all of this shapes over time, right? But maybe whether it's the digital dollar, whatever, maybe Coinbase, Kraken, somehow the two of those seem to be the two biggest that we have here in the States, right? So, and Gemini, obviously.
And crypto.com, they're pretty.
Well, no, they're from Singapore or from Hong Kong, aren't they?
Gibraltar, I believe.
Gibraltar.
Yes. Gibraltar is crypto.com. Yeah, they're actually one of the only ones that we can use over here as well. Yes, we can use Coinbase, but most of our banks here will not allow on or off ramping to Coinbase now.
So,
and your credit card companies that you can't purchase crypto. Stupidest thing. Here's the thing: it's crazy. So you have credit card companies in the United States that say you cannot buy cryptocurrency, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's a loss, it's a risk. But you can use your credit card to go buy a shitty meal that you eat half of it, and you're like, this is shit. I'm not going to eat this, and you toss it. You just lost your money from the fucking restaurant.
You could go to the fucking casino with your credit card too. They'll gladly take your credit card at the, that's a really good
strip
point.
club. You want to get some dollar bills? I mean, for the girls up there, I mean, just pissing your money away. That's a bad investment, right?
That's actually hilarious. Imagine your credit card. You went to like a new chain somewhere, and you're like, okay, I'm going to order from this chain you've never been to, and you get declined, and your credit card's like, oh, it's actually a risk because you've never eaten there, and we know that you normally only eat at these 3 places, so you're probably going to throw this out.
Right. You can't go to the ice cream store because you're lactose intolerant. Like, hey, no, you got that lactose, issue. We can't have you go into Baskin Robbins.
We're doing this because we love you.
It's for your own good.
Darn right. Hey, all right. I see we got to get to some price predictions here. So we chopped it up. Let's start with Bitcoin. MKit. I want you to give me your.
Oh, Jesus, made me go first. So MKit's a fucking moron.
Fine. $420,069 Bitcoin, highest price of the bull run. Let's go.
Highest price of the bull run, realistically, in my gut feeling, I think the $100,000 price point is going to be a monster bear to break. Just because here's the thing. It's not the financial institutions that don't mind pushing it up. It's all the rest of the people in the crypto space that are degens, man. It's just people got to let go. It's crazy, how it is. But I think the $100,000 price point is going to be a big psychological, because everybody that has the Bitcoin now is going to try to liquidate at that and maybe push it down a little bit. And then the big institutional come up. I think the only time Bitcoin's really going to surge is when you get the financial institutional type of investing. Because unfortunately, the crypto space is really designed to, it goes up, they sell. It goes down, what do? They sell. So, and then the only people really buying and scooping it up are the big investors.
The big whales.
So that's just the crypto. That's the psychology. I mean, we experience it on my coin, you guys' coin, right? Goes up, great news, you sell, right? Goes down, oh, it's going to shit, sell. So, I think.
That's interesting though. $100,000. I do get the psychological level of it. 100K, but man, I just feel like it's going to go so much higher than that. And
absolutely. But there's going to be a purging, and how quickly it purges is going to be an interesting telling. And also too, I'm not quite sure the financial institutions want it to go up to high amounts.
I think
because
it sounds like 150 is all like the actual.
Well, and remember, they're selling these to their customers.
Right.
So if they sell it to their customer at 150, and then the crypto space says, we're taking all of our money and it's back down at 90, and they just lost 60% or 70% of their investment, the financial institutions are going to have a very difficult, hard time getting the financial money to get grandma and her 401k. Hey, grandma, do you want to invest a big? No, I bought it at 150. It's at 90, So it's going to be an interesting, I think it's going to be a stair-stepping kind of thing. I don't believe it's going to be this absolute craziness that some people are thinking, but I think you'll start to see the pressure continue to just build and build and build. And my gut feeling, 2030, $500,000 plus Bitcoin. But I think we have some years to get there.
That's an interesting. I like your perspective, though, man. I think we do have to think about the psychological level. We do have to think about the institutional people needing to make sure that there are profits for their investors. Interesting. I still love the idea of somebody posted a chart. Mr. Dude, I want you to go to you next and see what you think. They posted a chart with it was the last couple bull runs side by side, and with similar growth that we've seen percentage wise. 330 was the number that was that he was throwing out there. So I don't mind that.
Okay. I haven't seen this chart, but MKid's thought was actually very well thought out and very logical. But I'm going to go completely like moon boy illogical with insane stuff. But I'm going to give like random predictions in like time frames. I think like where we're at now is like around 60ish, right? I think when like in this scenario Trump wins the elections, no matter what. Okay. Right when Trump wins, we're going to see some massive pump to 101K. We're going to hit that like barrier that MKid talks about, and then from there it'll probably stable or dump. And then around Christmas time is when people tend to go silly based on like the historical charts of the like the post halving and whatnot. And then I'm going to just say like peak bull run. I don't know whenever we say peak bull run is. Everyone can have your own opinion on what that date is. But let's go with 305 grand, Bob. I'm gonna put that in, and we're gonna hope for that. And I hope I win. The Price is Right is my favorite show. Let's go.
Put it on my board. All right, 301. All right, I'll go 330. You got 301. M Kid's got 100K. Anybody else want to give a wild and crazy Bitcoin prediction?
Let's hear it, Neil or Doom.
I would say I'm gonna go with M Kid because I've been thinking that for like the longest time, like how he explained it. I would say more of like 109 to 116.
Okay.
Because 100,000K it's a huge psychological number, and just like you said, people are gonna liquidate and sell. You know what I mean? So unless like we hit that number, unless we hit 100K like for the end of this year, you know what I mean? That's just gonna be a big struggle point to get past, to shoot through.
Yeah, I guess, it's really interesting, too, because there are so many different opinions of, hey, is 2024 just going to be kind of chill? Are we going to be sideways, maybe doing a little bit of chop for the rest of the year? Obviously, like you said, get to the election. Then depending on how that goes, we might see a nice little pop in November, maybe October into November. Who knows how all that goes? And then you chill out or maybe have a Santa rally. Who knows? But then 2025 is when we're kicking off. Or, some people are saying like, no, we're getting ready to rip, very soon here. Who frickin' knows? Neil.
I mean, I'd love to see it go to 420, but
hell yeah.
If the institutions are saying 150, I don't know. I have a hard. I'm kind of like y'all. It kind of makes me wonder if it's not going to be manipulated to the point where it stays lower.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always in my own mind, like even with price targets, right? With my own price targets, and I forget like the wild shit aside. Say you let's go with Beam. Say my price target is 20 cents for Beam. By the time it gets to 15 cents, I will be out of that position completely. Because I don't want to give it a chance, right? I've done that too many times. We've all done that too many times where it's like, all right, this is my number. You wait for it, and then it either never touches it, or it touches it for 1 second, goes up a little bit higher, and then you miss it or whatever. So my whole goal is to scale out before I actually get to my price targets. That's my goal.
And I think this is the only time in my life that I hope I am so dead wrong, and you guys can just come back, rub it in my face. Look at him, kid, $550,000. Oh, whoops, sorry guys, I said 100.
But
no, I'm so rich.
Oh no, you were right. Hang on a second, I got a couple more Lamborghinis I need to go buy because of your good price prediction. No, it's weird. It's going to be weird because you have the financial institutions that control the majority of it. So are the financial institutions going to just start to quash, because the worst case scenario, right, is the community and everybody that's in cryptocurrency all excited, gung-ho, right? And what do the big financial institutions do? Just start dumping on the people, and then the sentiment gets killed very quickly. So it's going to be
that's fair though. But what about your point about like the grandmas and stuff? So most, like, let's just say, my grandma's investing with you, right? And you're the investor. You don't necessarily give her all the updates on Bitcoin where it's like, let's just keep putting it into Bitcoin because, Granny, this is going to be long-term and it's for your great grandkids, et cetera, where they don't necessarily see that maybe it went from 105 to the 90 in like your scenario, or maybe they just keep buying where the, big institutions like, if we just keep fucking buying while these idiots are dumping, we're going to drive the whole price up and then we'll just own it all. Then people will use them as loans and collateral or whatnot, right?
Yeah, I see. This is the $1 million question is like, we just don't fundamentally know how much manipulation is going on. Yeah. Like how much of it is organic? How much is it the people? Or is it, since now the financial institutions control so much of it because they've been acquiring this for years and years and years and years and years, while they're telling everybody, oh, Bitcoin's a scam, right?
Yeah, it's not just four guys in China anymore. It's a whole.
Yeah, now we won't mention names. I don't want to get blacklisted on but that rock company, the guy in there, that's Rat Fink or something like that. That's
you rat bastard.
Yeah, we know who we're talking about. Oh, I was wrong. He didn't forgot to tell you. Yeah. Oh, but we've been acquiring for the last 5-6 years while you guys were, we've saying, oh, this is a scam. They don't quite tell you that point. Then they tell everybody, yeah, we're good to go. So again, financial institutions, remember, People in the crypto space need you need your 100x, your 1000x. Financial institutions that have like trillions of dollars,
They don't.
if they can just get 10, 15, 20% a year on their money, I mean
That's massive to them, right?
Yeah, so they don't, they just need a few $1 trillion a year in profit. They don't need like what everybody else needs.
No big deal.
So,
Just a couple trillies, baby.
All
right.
They'll be here next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Again, it's a long-term goal for them. So they just keep slowly devouring.
That is the truth. That is the truth, my guy. All right, next one, Ethereum. The other day we did a poll. Was Ethereum what was the max price we saw? 10K, 15K, 20K, or 25K plus? 15K or 10K came in first place. 25K plus actually came in second place, and I think you guys were trolling me on that. I think 12,000 is my price prediction for Ethereum in this bull run.
You are bullish this cycle, Jay.
Gotta be, man. This is gonna be the biggest bull run of this is. We talk about crypto being the largest transformation of wealth in the history of humankind, right? Like this bull run is going to be the bull run of of epic proportions for all of us, right? Like that's the whole goal, is because now we're seeing this institutionalized through the tokenization of basically the entire world. Like it's going to happen, and that is a $16 trillion ecosystem by 2030. Like that's insane. Like that's insane, guys. Like
I'll throw my number in. I'll say 10. I'll be a little bit more negative, pessimistic, but I'll say 10,000.
10,000.
And the only reason why I think Ethereum may have even more legs than that is because once the price of Bitcoin gets higher, people start to look at other things. They're like, oh, maybe this can run a little bit more, and you start to get your rate of return because in terms of market cap, right? So I think Ethereum probably has a better probably rate of return for investors than Bitcoin does. But Bitcoin, again, will have the monster market cap.
Yeah. Yes, it will.
17K, baby.
17K. I love that. And that's the thing, like with Ethereum, because it will be selected in some way, shape, or form as like the enterprise level solution, right? You don't know what that means. We really don't know what that's going to do. And obviously I think the scaling solutions that are being implemented hopefully help. But then again, like, if you're, again, a multinational corporation that, is looking for profits in the trillions, like, do you really give a fuck about a couple $1,000 in gas fees? No, you don't. You really don't.
No, it becomes exactly that. It becomes a store of wealth. It becomes an investment. It's not, something that's utility waste. It's just hold it and it goes up.
Yep. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree with 10K or more, because we still haven't seen the effect of the move to proof of stake. That kind of happened into a bear market, and then EIP 1559 with the burning. So we haven't really seen the effect of it. They actually call it like the triple halving. So I still think ETH is going to go up quite a bit this year because we have not seen the effects of those yet with the supply.
Love that, Mike. So you said what?
Not to mention the ETFs.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That hopefully all that stuff kicks off here very soon. Hopefully it's not a sell the news kind of story. What is your wildest, craziest price prediction for Ethereum? Like, if everything goes according to the stars and moon align.
This is highest prediction, probably around 20K.
Okay, I like it.
More conservative is probably around where you're at, between 12 and 15.
Mm-hmm. That's big. That's a couple X's, guys and gals. Mr. Dude, what's your Ethereum price prediction?
Well, if I just 5x it like I did with the Bitcoin based on the same scenario, it'd be around 17.5. But I think if we go a little crazier, if that's happening to Bitcoin, and then obviously people are taking money out, and I think they're going to start putting into Ethereum. Let's go with 22K.
22. Love that. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, and you can even unlock your Ethereum. I think it takes like about 2 years for all the Ethereum that's locked up now to be unlocked.
2 years. There's about 2 years left. What is, and it's that website is ultrasound.
So I mean, like that's how long it takes to unlock all the ETH that's locked up right now. So you wouldn't even be able to unlock it when we have like a peak of the bull market.
Nice. Let me just go to this website. I love checking this out every now and then. It's been a little bit here, but ultrasound.money. you can go to. So far there is a let's do the time frame of 30 days. No,
I was just trying to figure out what the GUI would be on $22,000.
It'd be wild, but
Oh,
what
what's
about
the
it? What
cost
about in
of
the scenario though that like
Uniswap? $7,000 fee.
yeah, if ETH is ripping though, wouldn't it make or put more pressure on the Ethereum Foundation to actually start to get gas in check?
Oh God, it would completely render everything that the DeFi space would completely just everybody would have millions of dollars worth of tokens, and not be able to. You would create prisoners because if the gas fees go that high, because you remember, when the other side was minting, and I think gas fees were $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. You can imagine. I mean, 20,000. I mean, it's not to say uncheck that you wouldn't have just on a normal slow day $2,000 to $3,000 gas fees. So how would DeFi work with $2,000 to $3,000 gas fees? I mean, I don't think it could. So you would have to, and see, this is where the other chains would start to then.
That's why base would
go
go
down
crazy.
all the other ones. Yeah, just because. Okay, it's pumping. You go on these other chains. What are you paying? 50 cents, 25 cents in gas fees.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that to me is what retail will accept and adopt is something that is not, and that could even be Cardano, right? Like that could be the solution if they get it right, and maybe we don't see the massive influx for retail like we really think, like a mass adoption level. Like obviously we're gonna have a bull run, but maybe that's what they're building for, and so that is the solution because Cardano is fast and cheap, right?
Right. I mean, Ethereum, I think in order to contend for the DeFi space, I think it's going to have to go after like with Base and Solana. And it's going to, like Cardano, yes, it's going to have to be fractional, no more than $1.50, type of stuff for gas fees. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting thing to see what happens.
That's so what I think ultimately, in you think about this too, is what could potentially become the currency are the types of chains like Algo, right? Where you could do, I think the number, it's a little over 10,000 transactions with $1, right? Like that is something that's adoptable, and it's adoptable right now. Obviously, there's probably some other issues. They had their rebrand this year. I don't know. I know that is that's a long-term solution as well.
Right.
Like, that's not I don't think it's going to outperform the market this run, but if you put that in your long-term basket, like that's going to be a pretty good option.
Well, and you also you got to think about too, mass adoption, right? So if, tokens are paired with your, bank account, you can have Ethereum at $2,000, $3,000 gas fees to someone to go buy a transaction, right? So if you have these other blockchains that can instantly liquidate positions, so if you have cryptocurrency in Solana, Base, BNB, whatever the case may be, that could easily be used by Visa, MasterCard for, purchases. So, I mean, Ethereum is going to have to do something, or if they don't do anything, don't worry, these other chains are going to come up and surpass Ethereum. I mean, that's just going to be, because use case is what it is, and you already seen what like Solana, in terms of use case, has done. So it's going to be an interesting thing. And then if that's the case, then Ethereum just becomes like Bitcoin. Just becomes a store of wealth and not anything based upon utility. And that would be very interesting to see how the DeFi space would shift. I hope it doesn't get to that. I mean, I love Ethereum. I'm Ethereum maxi guy, but yeah, they got to do something.
So then I guess I have a question about. Okay, so I mean, we talk about this certain coin almost every day on here. It's called Gotti. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it. So in some of these price scenarios, even with just with your like more conservative side, MKID, how does like this change like the pricing or the impact on Gotti at whatever price?
Well, I mean, you know me, guys. I'm a low shill kind of guy. I don't even like to talk about my token too much because I'm kind of like, take it or leave it kind of person. But for me, Solana is, because we're paired with Solana. I believe Solana has the ability to go to $1,000, $2,000 plus, right? I don't necessarily think Solana is going to be, it's going to be blowing, Ethereum out of the water. No, of course not. But for me, putting Gotti onto the Solana blockchain was, again, simply that power to the people. because there's nothing worse when you want to go buy $5 worth of tokens and you got to spend $50 in gas. I mean, what the hell? I mean, you can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, Solana was just a no-brainer. I think it's got the potential to go up. Again, it's we're a meme coin. That's where the meme coin space is. You know, we want to stand out differently. It's a lot harder for me to put Gotti onto different blockchains where there's a lot of competition. You know, because there's some beautiful utility tokens out there, you guys that are, you know, changing the world of blockchain. We're not, you know, we're a meme coin, we're a store of wealth. So we kind of dumbed it down, made it simple, go to a blockchain that's quick, easy for the people. And, you know, again, we're subject to just like any other cryptocurrency. You know, we have our ebbs and our flows, and, you know, but for me, it was just kind of like, again, empowering people, giving people an option. To me, cost is huge. Because we give away a lot of tokens. I can't be giving away, you know, $6-7 worth of Gotti tokens for people for free if it costs me $50 to send them out. So, but you know, I don't like to speculate too much, you know, and I give people our.
Oh, that's fair. Basically, on like the Solana, you said between 1 and 2,000, and it's at like.
I think that's a fair estimate. I mean, considering it's a $74 million market cap, I think it should be $74 billion market cap. I think it could get into the trillions. You know, in a super bull run. But, you know, for me, I think Solana at $1 trillion or $2 trillion market cap would mean Bitcoin at probably, you know, 10, 15 trillion. You know, Ethereum probably sitting at, you know, 3, 4, 5 trillion. You know, you got BNB on top of that. So I think BNB and Solana are going to be fairly close in terms of market cap. But you have
Solana can do really, really well this year. But I think they just have a lot to prove. They're going to be able to handle the volume without the network going to shit. So if they can do that, then I think they're going to take a lot of market share with Ethereum.
You think they'll take market share away from Ethereum? Yeah, especially if you know, if you get a lot of VC activity too there.
I mean,
go ahead.
Real fast too. I mean, again, this is where Ethereum. I think this is healthy for Ethereum that these other blockchains are putting the pressure on Ethereum to step up. Say, hey. You may have been able to get away with this shit for, you know, this many years. And, you know, Vitalik, you have the IQ, you have the intelligence to increase this a little bit, make it a little bit faster and lower the fees. I think they haven't had any pressure. Now you start to see all these beautiful blockchains coming up. It's like, hey, you know, you have to adapt in this place, guys. I mean, this is crypto. If you don't adapt and move, you're going to get run over. So anyway,
hey, Blockbuster used to be the king. Look at what happened with this, right?
What was that, Mike?
I said Blockbuster used to be the king. Now look at it.
That's a really good point.
So, like, just because you're the first mover doesn't mean you're going to be successful if you're negligent and like adapting and changing with the times.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so MKid says between 1,000 and 2 for Solana. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go absolutely crazy on this one. I think.
Ooh, please do. I want to be wrong. Go for it.
I think we're gonna get to let's get wild and crazy here. Let's say $5,600 Solana. It's just something nutty is gonna happen, and it is just gonna explode. $5,600. Hey, I told you guys it's outrageous.
If that happens, I will tell everybody that holds one Gotti of token. You guys are all multi-millionaires many times over. So I agree with you. I will support your answer. So yes. There we go. 56. You're at 5,600.
Hey, I always like to say we just got a comment here on YouTube. This guy's name is wrong, but his comments are always so right. Just said $10 gazillion Solana. I seal approval from me. Let's go. 10 gazillion. How many zeros is a gazillion?
I don't even think there is a number gazillion. Is there?
Oh.
I don't know. We'll have to Google that.
In the metaverse, there. Hey, in the metaverse, there is. Yeah, that'd be great. We are all going to have an island in our yachts at some point, folks. It's going to be glorious. All right.
That's when everything in the world, as soon as you make your gazillion, everything then automatically costs a gazillion. Like, fuck, really?
Inflation.
Still poor.
Inflation.
A dozen eggs, a gazillion dollars. Oh, man, I thought I would be rich.
That's funny. Mr. Dude.
All right, I'll go with $4,000, Bob.
Hey, okay. Hey, we don't hate that. Don't hate that. Anybody else up on the stage want to give up a wild and crazy Solana price prediction before we go on to the next coin?
Yes, 4,001.
Got him.
Geez, well, mine was going to be around 2,200 being, sort of for this cycle. But with these predictions, fuck it. I'm just going to go 10K. Come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go. 10K.
There we go.
Hey,
He's
you heard
letting
it.
the British out of him.
Someone clip it. The official word from London, England is that Solana is going to 10,000. Let's clip that and send that to the world, please.
Never in my life have I been wanting to be more wrong about my prediction than the history of what you guys are saying. Now I'm all FOMO-y. Thank you, guys. $10,000. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know what we're doing?
10K, so
This
10K.
is. Go ahead.
So I'm going for a $500,000 Gotti. Come on.
At 10K Solana, we'd probably be like a $5 million Gotti. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Hey, and I don't know if there is any correlation. I seem to think that there is going to be correlation between this, but I am looking at, it was on the 30-minute, the 5-minute chart. Guys, Bitcoin is pumping right now because of our conversation, just so you guys know that. Just so make sure if you are watching on YouTube, smash a like. If you're watching on X, hit the heart, repost the video, because this conversation that we're having about, basically what we're doing is we're all sitting around having a smoke session, and we are smoking some opium right now, and we are just having a good old time with the crazy price predictions here in crypto. So make sure you bring some more friends in here so that we can keep crypto, because look, the candle just went down while I did this little shill of the space while we're not pump talking. The candle went down. So let's get back to it. XRP to 500 cents. 500 cents.
54 cents.
It's currently at almost 62 cents. It's on a rip, dude. 10% today. Damn. Shout out to my XRP Army fam. I'm out, but shout out to you guys.
Back in the green, baby.
There it is.
I have been an XRP since 2014.
Okay.
It's been a stable coin since then, pretty much. Yeah, it's again, it's just one of these things, back to everything you guys were talking about. I was just thinking about, I believe everybody's predictions here are actually correct, because I believe the numbers that you guys have hit are going to happen at some point. It's just the time frame. I think my $1,000 prediction is going to be correct. I think maybe Solana one day will be 10,000. So, again, it's just the time. It may take us 15 years to get there, but I think everybody's numbers are right. It's just all about timing. We just got to figure out the timing aspect, right? I think that's the.
Hey, Warren Buffett didn't get rich till he was what, in his 50s?
No,
so.
I could see $25,000 Ethereum. I could see $1 million Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't necessarily think it's going to happen at Christmas time, which everybody wants, right? Like, hey,
Maybe in the next 15 years, though, for sure. I mean, that seems doable in the next 15-ish years.
And you guys got to remember too, see, market cap isn't necessarily money in. So, you have market cap that goes up. If everybody starts holding, right, the price can go up. I mean, you can have $1 billion push the market cap up $1 trillion. It's just if everybody stops selling, so there's, market caps are really funky and prices are really funky. It may happen sooner than people think if people start to the degenning stuff, right? And I'm talking about financial institutions and everybody just say, hey, we're going to hold. And then, lo and behold, up you go.
Diamond hands. Diamond hands. Don't do diamond hands.
Back in the day, they used to call that investing. It was a diamond hand. It was just called, what are you doing? I'm investing. What do you have your 401k? Are you diamond handing it? No, I'm just leaving it alone.
It's just there. I'm just living my life. I'm not worried about it every second of the day. I don't have to, the people with the 401ks, like they're not waking up in the middle of the night, like refreshing their portfolio, right? Like, thank God my money's still there.
Or 3 weeks later, I'm diamond handed holding. Bro, you've been here for 3 weeks. What do you mean diamond-handed? Let's get. I'll talk to you in 300 weeks, and we'll see if you're still diamond-handed holding.
Yeah.
Been holding since May 2024.
Oh, yeah, I hear that all the time. I've held a week. Is that good?
Do these 401k things give out lobster free money things? Because I've been holding for a couple days.
I'm loyal. I've been here 7 days.
Yeah,
Where's
seriously,
my
dude.
money?
Dude, I've been a week. Where's my free coins? What the heck, man? Someone promised me coins. Like, get out of here.
Is the dev going to do
The
something?
price went down. What are you going to do about it? I'm like, let me know the person's wallet address and their name, and I'll go beat them up for you. What do you want me to do?
Oh, that's funny. What's up, Nathan?
Hey chaps, how is everyone?
Oh man, we are having a great time giving some wild ass crypto predictions. How about you?
We are high on hopium, you can tell.
Yeah, woo!
I've just been listening. In all fairness, I wasn't joining in because I was having a shower while I was listening to you guys. That's a vision you really don't want to have stuck in your head. But yeah, I was I was listening to you guys and just having a shower. But here's a question for you. Everyone always talks about where the price prediction, where it's going to go at the top of the bull run. But one thing that I always look at is where's that pullback going to be after the bull run?
Mm-hmm.
Where's it going to hit? Like where's that safe zone? And I looked at this a few years back. I haven't looked at it recently. But if I was looking at the right charts, it always looked like it always kind of after the peak of the bull run, it always kind of seems to bottom out at the kind of what was the top of the previous bull run, if you know what I mean. So on that basis, it would because again, I don't read charts as such. I'm not an expert trader in the slightest. But that would mean that on the next after the next bull run, it would pull back to around that 70,000 mark. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think that's really good. Also, so yesterday on the live stream, someone had brought to our attention while, and this is on Ben's live stream, while we were looking at the charts, that over the weekend, and you have to take a look at the numbers, and I think you look at the daily chart, but look at the Bitcoin. There's a CME gap, and you do BTC1 exclamation point on TradingView to figure that one out, and then you go on the daily, right, and it'll show you that we have a CME gap that we just created over the weekend. That to me seems like probably, and I think it's like 60, what is it, like 67, 68, somewhere around there? No, where are we right now? 65, 50, I don't know. We'll have to take a look at it. So
I think
that
it's around the 55 mark.
let me just see here now because I feel.
Can I blow your guys' mind for 1 second while you're looking that up?
Yes, please do.
What if the bull run never stops?
That's very possible, and I've thought about that as well, by the way, because we're creating a whole new ecosystem and we're tokenizing the world, like between $16 trillion over the course of the next 6 years. Like when is there a downturn for that? There's not. Like at some point, Bitcoin has to decouple from the rest of the shit.
You remember, I got into Bitcoin in 2011. So if you were to hold your investment, I still have some Bitcoin from 2011. They've never stopped the bull run. The bull run's always going. Didn't even matter if it went down to 18,000, went to 4,000. It was still a bull run because I got those tokens for less than $5. So it's all, you see, the bull run for each individual person is different. Because if you buy at $65,000 and it never comes back down to $65,000, you are always in a bull run.
This is kind of one of the reasons why I asked this question, because I think, again, from a kind of a business perspective, whenever you're making an investment, it's kind of risk versus reward. It's, well, am I safe at this point? And if you can always work out what that bottom should be, or historically what that bottom has always been, like you've just quite rightly said, well, I'm always going to be okay. So if I buy now at the price of Bitcoin, I go, well, actually, even if I miss that peak on its way down, I'll always be able to jump out knowing that the bottom is going to be hitting that 70,000 or whatever. So that's why I'm always looking at that bottom element. Like you've just quite rightly said, when you got in, it's been a constant bull run, because it doesn't matter what happens in between, you're not going to drop below where you initially entered.
Right. Oh, you could, like, yeah, I mean, I had mine swing all over the place. You would go up, I'm up 5x, 10x my money. Now, 6 months later, what do you up? I'm up 2x, I'm up 1x, right? It always changes. Mm-hmm. I think we're getting into the point right now where if you look at the market and what's coming, I think the risk for all the cryptocurrencies, no matter whether you pick Ethereum, Tether, even Tether, BNB, Solana, XRP, most of any of your major stuff, I think the bottom I think it's fairly close to being in. Because I just can't see, there's just no negativity coming. It's just every single thing on the horizon is positive, 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 positive. So I don't know. For me, I would tell people it's better to have some tokens, whatever you want to invest in, and keep them there. And then when the world figures out what the hell's going on here, then you dump on the world, right? Don't dump on your fellow community crypto people. Dump on the world.
Dump
when
on
the world
the
wants
institution.
to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, all right. So let me just pull this back up. So you guys, if you are watching the live stream, shout out to you guys. If you are watching, if you're just checking out the Twitter space, shout out to you as well. But I'm showing a CME gap between like 58.7 and 60,800, somewhere around there. So at some point, now not all gaps have to fill. I think there's one close to 9,000, right? That never got filled. It probably never will get filled unless there's a tragedy with Bitcoin. However, this to me seems like something that after the bull run, we could come down to intentionally close up. So that's what I would say. When you said 60K, I think that's probably safe. At some point, maybe a little bit lower to wick down and clean the whole thing up. But that to me is when we come down, when we ride the high down, that should be our basis for where we start looking to really accumulate again for the next cycle. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I wonder when more companies are able to borrow against their Bitcoin, you may not see institutional selling anymore, because then they're just going to do it with what Michael Saylor does and just borrow against their Bitcoin because it's an appreciating asset, and you don't have that sell pressure from them anymore. Kind of goes in a line of like, number just goes up, right?
Playoff debt. That's what the whole world runs off of anyway. So yeah, I mean that ultimately is how the rich stay rich, is that they don't actually.
And also governments start pairing themselves with Bitcoin. Jesus Christ.
It's true.
Governments aren't going to let Bitcoin go down because that means their entire ecosystem, right? Their economy tanks. So we have some interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean that to me is probably one of the biggest indications of where this is going, right? Where you start to see countries adopt it as a currency. Well, like MK just said right there, at some point the volatility has to go away, because a country cannot depend on their money supply to be cut by 70% because of math in this 4-year cycle that we've decided that's what it runs on.
You see it right now, right? You see inflation being at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%, right? And it's just like, everything's, hits the fan. Can you imagine Bitcoin decreasing 10, 15, 20%? And some of the pullbacks have been 50, 60%. Can you imagine the devaluation with a country? I mean, it would destroy countries, because most countries, you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5% inflation type of stuff. Their GDP goes out the window. Everything that they're earning goes, bye-bye, because they're paired with it. So, you may see, and this is where I think, when we start talking about that $1 million Bitcoin, it just gets so big and so bloated that it stays up there and it fluctuates micro percentages. But a hell of an opportunity if people are looking at it.
Dang right.
So $1 million, when it hits $1 million, it's going to be very different in terms of purchasing power.
You're gonna, like, people come in. I got $10,000. How many satoshis do you get? You get 3. What? Where's the rest of them? I can't even afford a satoshi. You have to have micro satoshis.
Yeah, I was going to say at that point now we're going to have to fractionalize satoshis too. These are the microsats. Probably not far off. I mean, who knows? Well, who knows what?
And Craig Wright will want to go back to court, and he'll call it like they're not called satoshis. They're called micro rights.
Micro rights. These are my micro rights. Don't touch them. He's such.
I think we need to convince. I think we need to convince MKID that spending $5 on Bitcoin was a bad idea, and we'll bail him out. We'll buy him off of him for what, $10 each?
Yeah, we'll double
it.
Dude.
You never heard my story? I bought 10,000 Bitcoin in 2011 for 50 grand, and I sold them in 2013 for a little over $1 million. Changed my life, but oh my God. I guess I'll probably never, if Bitcoin hits $1 million, you're going to have to put me on suicide watch. I mean, right now, it's already $650 million, loss. I kept
and if that's literally not inspiration enough for you, I don't know what is.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't even want to think about $1 million Bitcoin. But again, it was a fundamental lesson in life. Don't fade on something that's good, because you never get the opportunity to give back again.
So the lesson we've learned from this today is buy XRP, yeah?
XRP. Now I might sell you some of my XRP if it goes to that 500 pennies. That's you were talking about.
Hey man, if you don't lose, how can you ever win?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and that's what you're going to do today. Is you're going to take some shots. Take some shots. You know why? Because that's how you make yourself better. And remember to make yourself 1% better than you were today. Thank you guys for being here, man. This was a fun one. These days, when we have these conversations that just cruise by, there's so much fun. Great way to start the day. Thank you guys for being here. If you watched over on X, make sure you hit the heart on the way out. If you watched over on YouTube, smash the like on your way out of here. We love you guys. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. I don't think there's going to be a live show this afternoon. We got to go to court for that whole thing, yada yada yada. So no live stream I think this afternoon, unless we come back afterward. I think my wife's picking me up downtown anyway. So anyway, have a great day. And if we
Happy National Hot Dog Day. Woo!
Glizzy Day, it's National Glizzy Day.
There you go.
Oh,
according to Greg up there in the top. Greg
never go to Costco and get $1.50 hot dog.
Oh, definitely got to get a dog today. That's what we're doing. We're getting a hot dog today for the content.
Jay, I hope everything goes well today. Pass on the love, yeah?
Love you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Doug. All right.
XRP 589.
589 cents. Here it is on the way up. Bitcoin on the way down, taking a dump after it ripped. We'll see how this fares out today. But all right, y'all have a great rest of your day. Adios, my amigos. We will see you later. Thanks for being here. Ciao for now.